DNA test for fun revealed my dad is not who he says he is, and I wish I had never clicked on the results page. It started as a joke. My younger sister bought DNA kit for everyone in the family for Christmas because she thought it would be funny to see if we had some unexpected answers try. We were a normal family from Michigan. My dad was a respected high school principal. My mom worked a dental office, and my sister and I grew up believing we knew everything about our family history. A few weeks later, my results arrived while I was sitting at work. I opened the app expecting to learn I was part Irish or German. Instead, I saw something that made my stomach drop. The man listed as my closest biological relative was not my father. It was someone named Daniel Cooper. The app estimated he was either my father or my uncle. I stared at the screen for almost 10 minutes, convinced there had been some mistake. Then I checked my sister's result perfectly. I did not. My hands started shaking. I spent the next few days trying to convince myself the test was wrong. But the more I looked, the worse it got. It matched dozens of relatives connected to his Daniel Cooper family and none connected to my dad's side. I finally told my mom. Her face went completely white. These cons, she saw their results. She started crying. I asked her if my dad was really my father. She immediately said yes, but the voices sounded uncertain. Then she begged me not to tell him yet. That was the moment I knew something was very wrong. For weeks, my mother refused to explain anything. Every conversation ended with tears, excuses, or promises that she would tell me later. Meanwhile, I became obsessed with researching the name Daniel Cooper, if found social them. ID accounts, family photographs, and even an old newspaper article. Then is a picture of Daniel for the first time. My heart nearly stopped because he looked exactly like me. Same eyes, same smile, same jawline. I felt sick. I confronted my mom again, and this time I refused to leave until she told me the truth. Finally, she broke down. Apparently 30 years earlier, before she married my dad, she briefly dated Daniel. They broke up after a few months, and she started seeing my father shortly afterward. When she discovered she was pregnant, she honestly believed my dad was a father because the timing was extremely close. My dad never questioned it. They got married and built a life together. It thought that was the entire story. Then my mother told me something that changed everything. 20 years ago, he secretly took a paternity test after one of her friends commented about how much I resembled Daniel. The results confirmed that Daniel was my biological father, and my mother panicked. She was terrified of losing her marriages. Oh, she hid the results and never told anyone. Note from my dad, I could barely breathe. The woman it trusted most that lied. To everyone for decades, then things got even worse. My father came home while we were talking and I heard everything. I have never seen a person look so broken. He sat down and quietly asked if it was true. My mother nodded through tears. My father just stared at the wall for what felt like forever. Then asked one question. How long did you know? When she admitted it had been 20 years, he walked out of the house without saying another word. A week later, my father asked to see the DNA results himself. After reading them, he looked at me and said something I will never forget. He said, "It may not be your biological father, but nobody is taking away the last 30 years. Then he hugged me and started crying. It was the first time I had ever seen him cry. A month later, I met Daniel. He was shocked to learn I existed. Apparently, he had no idea my mother was pregnant when they broke up. He showed me old photographs and family records and answered every question I had. But the biggest surprise came afterward. My father filed for divorce, not because of the paternity issue, but because of the 20 years of lies. He told my mother he could forgive a mistake. But, decades of deception. Last Thanksgiving, my father and I were sitting together watching football when he looked at me and laughed about something that happened when I was 10 years old. And in that moment, I realized the DNA test revealed who my biological father was, but it also proved something much more important. The man who raised me never needed matching DNA to be my dad in the first place. Would you tell your family the truth or keep the DNA results a secret forever?